Very good evening, friends. Once again, I am going to teach you another very important chapter of human physiology, that is that's excretory products and their elimination. Friends, as you know that when our body in rest state, still that exchange of gases takes place. Lungs are functional in resting state also. When we are sleeping, the lungs are working. Intake of oxygen and elimination of carbon dioxides is the regular process in resting state also. Carbon dioxide is waste product which generated in our body. So their eliminations takes place with the help of lungs. Major excretory wastes or products produced in the body are mentioned as ammonia, urea, uric acid, water, excess ions like phosphate, sulfate, potassium and chloride ions. All these are combinedly called as excretory products or waste products. So their elimination is entirely necessary. These excretory products are formed during different types of biochemical process like digestion, ingestion and egestion. Major excretory products which are eliminated through the excretory system are ammonia, uric acid and urea. All these three are nitrogenous wastes which are formed during different metabolism inside the body. Most of the metabolic wastes are nitrogenous substances produced by the metabolism of amino acids. So friends, excretion and osmoregulation both are very important processes which maintain the constancy of the internal environment in the blood and the tissue fluids in spite of continuous changes in the cells. So first we talk about excretion and then we talk osmoregulation. Excretion is the removal of metabolic wastes from the body, particularly nitrogenous waste such as urea, uric acid and ammonia. Other hand, osmoregulation is the process by which the water content and the ion concentration is regulated in the cell. So by this the osmotic pressure in the blood and the tissue fluid is kept constant. So friends, these both processes described like excretion and osmoregulation brings about the homeostasis in the body and hence are interconnected. So in higher vertebrates like mammals, kidneys perform both the functions, excretion as well as osmoregulation. So now we are talking about nitrogen excretion, because kind of nitrogenous wastes excreted varies in different animals. So it depends upon the number one, availability of water to the organisms and its habitat. So friends, it means organisms के habitat में वाटर की अवेलेबिलिटी कितनी है. Second one is kinds of enzymes present in the body. how many types of enzymes, which types of enzymes, how they function in our body depends. Third one is mechanism of water loss control present in the body. So animals mostly excrete excess of nitrogenous wastes as ammonia, urea or uric acid. So according to principal nitrogenous wastes products excreted, the animals are classified as ammonotelic, which excrete ammonia, ureotelic means which excrete urea, and uricotelic, which excrete uric acid. So respectively the mechanism referred as ammonotelism, ureotelism and uricotelism. So first we are going to talk about ammonotelism. So friends, ammonotelism is elimination of nitrogenous wastes in the form of ammonia. So during the catabolism of protein, deamination takes place, which results in the formation of ammonia as the basic nitrogenous waste products. How does this process takes place? Deamination of amino acids. When amino acids presence of oxygen to form keto acids and ammonia. So ammonia is highly soluble in water. As it diffuses rapidly in water, so it's highly toxic and cannot be stored in the body for long. So that's why large amount of water is required to eliminate ammonia. So it needs to be eliminated as soon as it's formed, since the concentration of 0.02 milligram per 100 centimeter cube of blood is toxic. So ammonotelism is suitable only for aquatic animals like protists, all aquatic invertebrates, freshwater bony fishes and aquatic insects, larval amphibians like tadpole. So friends, next point is most important because point of view need, that is some animals like earthworms. As you know that earthworm excrete ammonia only when there is plenty of water and turn ureotelic in the drier environment. So in this way you can say earthworm can excrete urea and ammonia both. Similarly, toad and lungfish are ammonotelic in water and turn ureotelic when lie dormant in moist or mud during summer. So all these organisms which you see in the video like bony fishes, aquatic amphibians, aquatic insects excrete ammonia. Next point or types of animals is ureotelism or ureotelic animals, because ureotelic animals are those which can not eliminate ammonia rapidly. So ammonia readily converted into urea by combining with carbon dioxide in the liver by ornithine cycle. So urea formation in liver. 2NH3 plus CO2 will give NH2CONH2 plus H2O. So friends, NH2CONH2, that is urea. The animals which excrete urea are called as ureotelic animals. Mammals, some marine fish, terrestrial amphibians. In these mammals, when amino acids undergoes on deamination, converts into ammonia. So ammonia mixed with carbon dioxide enter into ornithine cycle. In ornithine cycle, they convert into citrulline, and citrulline convert into arginine. So deamination of arginine convert into urea, water and ornithines. So urea reach into the kidney. So formation of urea takes place during ornithine cycle in liver. So a large amount of energy is required to convert ammonia into urea. Urea comparatively less toxic than ammonia and can be stored in the body for a longer time. Urea is also soluble in water, so either it can be eliminated when sufficient water is available in an aquatic animals, or it's needs to be concentrated in the urine as in most of the terrestrial animals. So all mammals, whether aquatic, whales and seals, whether aquatic or terrestrial or desert animals, camel, kangaroo, rats, etc., aquatic or semi-aquatic, reptiles like alligators and turtles, some aquatic amphibians like adult toads and frogs, and cartilaginous fishes like shark and rays. All these are ureotelic animals. Shark retains so much urea in the blood that the osmotic concentration of blood becomes almost equal to seawater, thus reducing the loss of water from the body. Man concentrates urea in the urine to more than 70 times its concentration in the blood. The animals which excreted the uric acid as a waste product, excreted as paste or pellets, called as uricotelic animals, and this mechanism is called as uricotelism. So ammonia produced is converted into compounds like potassium urate, then to uric acid in liver of higher uricotelic animals. Some animals are excreted uric acid like reptiles, insects, land snails and birds. All these animals are called as uricotelic animals. Uric acid is less toxic and almost insoluble in water, so easily stored, or it can be stored in the cells, organs for a long time without producing harmful effects. Very little amount of water is required for excretion of uric acid, because uric acid is the most suitable excretory product for animals adapted for terrestrial life, the animals that have shelled eggs and birds. So another examples of eukaryotic animals are terrestrial insects, gastropods, molluscs like snails, few land crustaceans, land reptiles like snakes and lizards, and all birds.